Supernatural Stories presents Aswang Part 1. Do you believe that a monster exists? Did you see one? Did you hear them? Or feel their presence? Are you afraid? Or brave enough to face and encounter this kind of monsters? What is Aswang? Aswang is the most feared creature in Philippine folklore. Their victims are mostly pregnant women. And I'm still sticking to my motto. To see is to believe. Am I right? So brace yourself because I will bring you to the world of supernatural creatures. The shape shifting monster, the Aswang, who is lurking in the middle of the night, waiting for its prey to suck its blood and feast its flesh. Just you with this kind of monsters. Let's begin when my eldest daughter was only 7 months old. This is my first encounter with these so-called monsters. When I was pregnant with my eldest daughter, I can already hear the sound of aswang, the tick-tick sound. It was said that if you heard this kind of sound, this monster had taken its tick-tick form ready to eat its found victim. Some said the tik-tik is a beast bird-like creature, flying in the night looking for its prey. And the fragrance of the pregnant woman is where they are most attracted. They will make a hole in the rooftop, waiting for the pregnant woman to sleep. Then they will extend their elastic tongue directly into the stomach, sucking the blood of the poor baby inside. It is also said that this is the result of a sudden case of stillbirth here in the Philippines. If the tick-tick sound is very far away and distant, it means that you should be careful and alert as it is very near waiting for a chance to make you as their prey. When I'm 6 months pregnant with my eldest daughter, I heard the loud sound of tick-tick. Tick-tick, 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 tick-tick. So very loud that will break your eardrums. They say that if its sound is loud and near you, it means that the tick is far away from you. So don't be nervous, you have time to run for your dear life. Just joking. But I can't run as I am inside our house watching television. I'm prepared. I wear black underwear and put garlic in my pocket and surround my bed with salt. They said if pregnant women wear black underwear, it will hide the baby inside her womb. I don't know if this is true, but I did it as I want the safety of my baby. And my husband went home and get a plant called Bajang Tapul. It is said that once the swang touches the skin of this plant, their skin will be burned painfully. And I have that around our house planted, just in case a swang will visit me. But now I don't know what happened to my bajang plant as my mom sell our ancestor's house and lot. We moved out. Next loud sound just passed by. So I'm not a prey, I guess. Maybe it will go to another town or barangay. Then I gave birth. And when my eldest daughter reaches 7 months old, we received bad news. My husband's father died. So we traveled and went back to his hometown. His hometown was far away from the city. We need to ride a habal-habal or a motorcycle taxi. It's so very far away, a remote rural area. The habal-habal cannot enter their house as it is very remote and only a single person path of road. We arrived at midnight and it was very creepy as we need to walk with our feet towards my husband's house. The road is full of pebbles and rough. I'm not the one holding our baby. I let my husband as I'm not familiar with the road. My husband is walking easily without any problem at all. As for me, I'm walking like 1, 2, 3 steps, holding on to the plants and afraid to fall. The road ahead is mountainous, added with creepy dark surroundings, and the trees are swaying. Then finally, we reach our destination. Then, in the wake of his father, all was so noisy, as it became the reunion of him and his brothers. I'm just sitting in the corner with my baby, listening to their conversations. Then I found out that my husband's father is an albulario, or a faith healer, before. He had a lot of knowledge about the darker world and different enchanting spells. But his death was sudden, and no one receives the ability. But some of his sons already learned enchanting spells for curing the wounds and vanishing the Aswang. But don't try this, because you will need to fulfill each required offering and task. His brothers say that you need to offer a prayer and enchantment every midnight at the cemetery and in the church. And there's a possibility for you to become crazy if you can't properly memorize the spell. So it's very scary to try and possess these enchanting spells. The neighborhood was very far away, but there are still many relatives who came for the wake of his father. We finally buried his father after 6 days of mourning. We are very tired and exhausted, so we sleep early. There is no electricity in their house. They only connect at the nearest neighborhood during the wake of his father. And that night is my first encounter hearing the aswang disguised as a pig. Everybody was sleeping while I am breastfeeding my baby when I suddenly heard a pig sound. So noisy, rummaging at the kitchen outside. I can hear the plates broke, the pots, spoons, and Tupperware scattered in the ground. I am very afraid as to why there is a pig. Whose pig is that? A wild pig. Brother Berto wake up and went out, and I heard him clear his throat. Ahem. Then everything fell into silence. No more wild pig. Then he said, "That is a swan, not a pig." I felt all the back of my hair stand up, followed by the chilled sensation all over my body. He said that he uttered an enchanting spell to cast away the swan. I heard a pig, a wild pig to be exact. But how can you explain that there is no single mess in the kitchen outside? Their kitchen is outside the house, without a wall and connected with the roof. All plates, spoons, fork, and pots are neatly put in their respective place. No sign of rummaging pig, and there is no pig at all. I immediately entered the house and hugged my baby. I'm very afraid for the aswang to come back. That night, I was not able to sleep and was paranoid from listening to all the sounds around me. The house is just made up of bamboo floor and a makan wall. A makan is made of bamboo too, but I don't know what to call it in English. I tried to close my eyes and sleep, but I couldn't. The rummaging pig sound is still fresh in my mind and still lingers in my ear. It's the first time that I've encountered this kind of monster. Very frightening. Never been thought that they will become my best enemy of all time. And that's all. Please stay tuned for part 2. If you want to listen more,